ready? It's the Roundtable with me, Robert Bannon. Well, hello, everybody. My name is Robert Bannon, and thank you for joining us here another Friday night over at Broadway World. We're so excited to be a part of the Broadway World fam. Boom! There we go. And if you're with us, we talk about artists, talking about art every single week in theater around the world. And Broadway, primarily, it's Broadway season because we're in Broadway season. There's so many shows. There's something like 27 musicals or shows that have opened this season that are opening on the Broadway. And as we get through closer to Tony time, and as we get through like the time where tourists are coming into the city, we're giving you new artists, new works. We've had writers, we've had designers, we've had choreographers, we've had directors. But I know you love the actors that get to be on the stage that sing and dance. Well, Water for Elephants is now playing at the Imperial Theater. We had a chance to be at opening. We had a chance to see the show. And we have this cast of a ton of people have a ton of Broadway debuts. Yes, they do. 27 members on stage and a ton of Broadway debuts. Marissa Rosen is known in social media. She's known for singing with some of the biggest Broadway divas. She's known from touring this country in a bunch of productions. She's known for being in New York theater, but she's never been on Broadway. That is until now. Marissa Rosen joins the Roundtable for an exclusive chat right here on Broadway World. Are you ready? Let's check it out. Oh, Broadway debut galore right over at the Imperial Theater. I know it's a lifetime of work. I know she has performed on stages, in basements, in community theaters, on concert halls, in New York City, everywhere across this entire country. And now you can see her 8 shows a week as part of this all-star ensemble that's over at Water for Elephants. Marissa Rosen, welcome to Broadway.
Hello.
You're here. Marissa, once you make a Broadway debut, you're a Broadway performer forever. Done.
What's my new dream?
What is it? Marissa, where are you from?
I am from Long Island, New York.
Okay.
So I'm a born and raised New Yorker. So Broadway and theater have literally always been kind of just like at my fingertips. So I was just like, give me that. I want that.
I'm from Jersey, so I feel like Long Island and Jersey, it's like very similar.
Yes, we understand each other.
I get it. I get you. When you were growing up, was there a moment or a show, or was it school? Like what was your first introduction to theater?
So I'm a music nerd. Anyone who knows me is like, I'm the nerdiest music nerd of all music nerds. So I was always obsessed with chorus and choir and harmonies, and I played instruments and blah, 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 blah. And so I was singing in my choirs and I was like, oh, I love this. But I was really shy. Shocking. I know, no one believes me. I was the shyest human being in school, and I would like never try out for the solos, like forthright. I don't know if that's the word I'm looking for. I wouldn't be like, it's mine. I'd be like, I guess I'll sing. And then like I got what's called like all county chorus, which is where you get to be with all the schools, like in all the counties, and they pick like the best people. And you all get to perform together. And I was like, oh, I think I might be good at this a little. And then I've always been obsessed with theater. Like my mom says I was performing in front of like our fireplace for nobody all the time. And I got the theater bug and I went in theater school, like a theater school. It was called Fantasy Playhouse. And I know it's so, but I did that and I was very young and they put me in like an accelerated age group. So I was with like a bunch of much older, like 10 and 11-year-olds when I was like 7 or 8. And I was like, oh my gosh, I have to do this. This is what I need to do. And then it was over.
Did you have a family that was supportive that would come to the shows? And are they theatrical and musical at all? Or is it just you? Yep, I get it.
Not even. Don't be mad at me, y'all, when you watch this. Not a note. Not a singular note. But they are music lovers. Like my mom and my dad are the most eclectic. Like my dad's like rock and roll, Bob Dylan, Bruce Springsteen, you know, and my mom was like Donna Summer, Barbra Streisand, Whitney Houston. And they literally every show, thousands of people they bring with them. They travel to cities, states, countries, wherever I am. And like, they could not be more supportive. So
yeah. I get it. I get you, Marissa. I get it. My Jersey Italian messy family, they would rent charter buses to see me do like Bad Music Man summer stock in somewhere. You know, we're very lucky. That's very lucky. A lot of
I
people
know.
don't get that, but it gives you the courage to keep going for sure.
Oh yeah.
Did you when you started auditioning professionally and you started to book work, what was that like? As this, it's a journey. I think a lot of students watch this and they don't realize, like, you didn't just wake up and say I'm on Broadway. Like, it's a lifetime of work and effort.
It is. It's truly incredible. I always say I do a lot of coaching and I have a lot of clients and students and I talk to a lot of like colleges and I was like, you're either going to want to do this for the rest of your life or you're going to be like, that was so fun. I can do something else. And I always say to my people, I say, if you are not utterly obsessed with this profession and you don't have the thickest skin in the world and you don't take everything as kind of an artistic opportunity, go do something you love. Go make millions of dollars, be happy, live on a farm, like have like big car, like. And so when I was auditioning, my first, I don't even remember my first audition, but it was like, I remember they cut it down to 8 bars. It was a Broadway audition. We were all non-equity. We had been there since like 4 in the morning and we were like, we're going to book this. No, we weren't. Like, we weren't. I like grew up thinking I could be like a fork in Beauty and the Beast, not knowing they were like Rockettes. I was like, oh, they're not non-specific. But I always took every audition as an opportunity and every callback as a win. Like, they liked you enough to call you back. Like, I booked that. I booked the chance to get to be in the room again and for them to get to see me again. And I can't tell you, 9 times out of 10, when you don't book that job and you do great work in the room, you're going to see those people again later and they're going to give you opportunities later. And so every opportunity is an audition for something else. I always say that I've had friends who have been in auditions for giant Broadway shows and they've had callback after callback and they were in callbacks for like 5 years
Right.
before they booked that show, not other shows like that one. So, I mean, I've gotten to work since the minute I stepped out of school, whether it be regionally, tour, cruise ships, Carnegie Hall, the Met, touring as a backup singer. Like, I got to do it all. It wasn't the Broadway thing that we all like dreamt about, but I quickly learned that like Broadway was the dream, but I think the dream was just to be artistically fulfilled. And so when Broadway came, I was like, what? Wait, I'm happy doing everything else. Hold on. And so I really do say that every opportunity that I've had to be in a room has created the opportunity for me to be on that stage right now.
You put
I'm not going to cry.
No, that is it, everybody. That is exactly what I wish I could say as eloquently as you, is that it's literally a lifetime of all this work put together and all those experiences. If it's a cruise ship, if it's regional, if it's it all comes together and meets you for this moment.
Absolutely.
I saw you on the red carpet. We chatted for a moment on the opening of Water for Elephants. What was the journey like to that show? Did your manager get an audition? Did you go? What happened?
Here's a great story about be kind and do great work wherever you are, because everyone is watching. I had the opportunity this was kind of a multifaceted group of humans that helped me get to this point unknowingly, totally separately. This is a great example of what I was talking about our music supervisor for the show, Mary Mitchell Campbell, I call her my life changer. She is the music director, music supervisor for every show on Broadway. She is also the music director for Miss Kristin Chenoweth and Miss Jessica Vosk, whom I sing backup for and who are my friends. And she had, there it is. There's the photo. There's more photos. Just all these amazing, incredible opportunities because I wanted to be a backup singer, but I thought I couldn't because I didn't look like a backup singer. Whatever. Like I didn't look like a fork in Beauty and the Beast. But so she is an amazing life changer. And then Mr. Jesse Robb, who's our brilliant choreographer, I've got to work with his partner a bunch, and we're very good friends. And then Jesse and I got to work on a project called Modern Love, which was on Amazon Prime. Yes. And we got to do like a flash mob dance with Anne Hathaway. And I was like, yeah, sure. I'm a dancer. Cool. So I had him over there, and then Jessica Stone and Rick Ellis, who were just like pipe dreams of people I wanted to work with, because I respected their work. Pigpen, I had been in audition for like a decade ago. It was just such a weird group of humans that I was connected to in different ways. So long story short, I was asked to do a reading of the show about like 2 years ago, and I was unfortunately unavailable. And so I was like, oh, I ruined all my chances, whatnot. And then Jesse Robb called me totally randomly before he was attached to the project and was doing something called pre-production. If for those of you that don't know, it's usually when musicians or choreographers get into a room before the show goes into production to kind of try out, dances and tricks and things and see what's going to work so that they could put it on the actors once they get to rehearsal to save time. And he had called me because he just needed like a funny dancing character actress just for the day. And I was like, you don't know that I was supposed to do this reading, because he wasn't involved in that reading. So that day was crazy. And we did that for a day where we did the song The Lion Has Got No Teeth, which you'll see in the show. None of that choreography is in the show. Don't tell. So, because it changed so much. And so then all of a sudden, my agents called me and they were like, you have an audition for Water for Elephants. And I was like, oh my God, I thought that was gone. I thought that opportunity was absolutely just like, you missed it. They didn't hate me. I just wasn't available. And I went in and I got to sing for Jessica Stone and read for Rick Ellis and sing the music of Pigpen for Pigpen. And I got a call that I got to do the out of town Atlanta production. And we didn't know anything about Broadway. We were like, cool, an amazing world premiere of a regional production of a show at the beautiful Alliance Theater. Sign me up. And that's how literally it happened. And then all of a sudden we were getting Broadway offers. And I was like, yeah, sure. I knew that was happening. Like, it was wild. And it was just, yeah.
Well, this show is unlike really anything you're going to see because it's a gigantic, beautiful cast of performers singing and dancing and telling this beloved story. But there's a gigantic circus element of performers that are making also their Broadway debut. That is things that you've never seen on Broadway stages, at least that I've ever seen before. So what was the rehearsal process like when literally there's circus acts around you the whole entire show?
It's watch your head. Watch your head. They are doing the most amazing things. So they are, a lot of them are a troupe called Seven Fingers, and they're incredible. I have followed them for so long. And they are out of Canada. And so a lot of their rehearsals, they kind of had already rehearsed together and put some things together. And then we, as the dancing ensemble, we put our things together. And then it really wasn't until we got to rehearsals for the show that we kind of got to come together. And that was wild because we had no idea what was going on. And like circus performers have their own language and musical theater performers have their own language. And we're brought up, we always joke about this, that we're brought up, we're like, you have numbers on your stage and you walk to 2 and you get to 4 and you better be on your number or else. And they're like, well, we're going to throw this person and she might land on 2, but she might land on 3.5 or 4. So watch out. So we were just like, okay. And so we had to find this beautiful language together to ensure our safety. And they're so big on safety. They have taken care of us so much. And the joy that it brings me to get to see these people do these like death-defying acts every day, but then to find out that they are like in awe of us singing harmonies, or dancing. And I was like, you are? I'll show you more. Yeah. Just don't throw me. Like,
Right.
But what they're doing, and they just do it. They're like, oh yeah, no, you want me to be thrown like over the thing? Yeah, no problem. And I'm like, I had lunch. Like I can't even walk to my next number without being like, oh, they're incredible. They're so good. I couldn't say enough about them.
They are incredible. Water for Elephants, themusical.com. While we're talking to Marissa, get your tickets and come down to the Imperial. I'm sure the day you found out you had a theater and that you had a date that this was coming to Broadway was a very special moment that you'll remember forever.
I've been crying a lot. I'm like, can't tell if you have puffy eyes, but you you never know how it's going to happen. And then all of a sudden it happens and they're like, well, you've got 11 minutes to get to Broadway. Go. And I was like,
Go.
hold on, wait.
Literally.
Wait.
This is a lifetime of hurry up and wait. We just talked to Rick Ellis about how he incorporated this beloved novel and that became a hit movie that now is a Broadway show, and how it's a very personal, even though he has no relationship to elephants and circuses, he's infused a very personal story of his own life and his own relationship into this story, that it's really a story about looking back and family and community and all of that. What are the themes that you notice every single night when you get to tell this story?
I mean, so many of the words that Rick so eloquently used, his words, and paired with Sarah Gruen, who wrote the book, they've just created this heart-wrenching story. I mean, I'd have to say the themes absolutely family, community, loss, grief, excitement, just emotion, trust. I guess I would say trust would be the biggest theme, because not only is Jacob trusting his gut, which you'll see, but he's also trusting the new people in his world to help facilitate in his new life that he's trying to create. And we also trust each other on the circus, which is one of the lines in the show, that we look after each other on this patch. And that's the whole theme of a circus family. So many of our circus artists grew up in the circus, and that's exactly what it is. They build the tents, they serve the food, they do the tricks, they clean up, they do the costumes, they clean up after the animal. Like, it's just a community, and I couldn't have asked for more wonderful people to get to do it with. So
I love for lack of I was going to say harem, but maybe that's not the word. The tent of the ladies. I don't know, how would I describe you?
They're called the Bally Broads in the show, and they're just like a trio of sass and I don't know. My favorite part is they're kind of a part of the circus that's supposed to be like a separate tent. It's called the Cooch Tent.
Yeah.
If you have to X that out, so sorry. And it's kind of, where men or where whoever wanted to would go. And it's nothing crazy. It's just like a little bit of a different show. But the trio of girls led by the unbelievable Sarah Gettelfinger, who is my leader of dreams, just the most beautiful, very tall drink of water. And then we've got Taylor Colleton, who is also making her debut, who was a swing in our show, who got bumped up to an onstage part, and she is remarkable. And we're just this trio of broads who kind of entertain, and my character named Sue is a little bit slower on the uptake of when she likes to do stuff, so she's trying to keep up. And we just have these great moments of delicious vocals from Pigpen and hilarious choreography from Mr. Jesse Robb. And I don't know, it's just girls being girls.
Girls, yes, and I love it. And you're fun to watch. Your entire track of the show is fun to watch. If it's the way you react to other things going on, the way you are as a trio of girls or as a circus family. There's so many small nuances and pieces of acting that you're doing that people don't blink your eyes for 1 second, because they're working the entire 2.5 hours that they're up there on stage to tell the story. You brought up that you've had quite the career. One thing that we've had in common is we have both been in the big gay Italian family. We have, and I am sure if those St. Luke walls can talk, you have put on some shows and some things have gone on. If we're talking about My Big Gay Italian Wedding, Funeral, all of those things, was that one of your first big New York City jobs?
It was my second off-Broadway show. I had gotten to do Tony and Tina's wedding prior to that. But My Big Gay Italian Wedding was definitely like a game changer for me. I met my incredible best friend, Marty Thomas, in that show. And I have this beautiful family who actually came to see the show last week, like 10 of them. They all got to come see Water for Elephants. And that was the craziest, because that was kind of the opposite. We only did the show like 3 or 4 times a week, and there was like 11 minutes of rehearsal, and everyone just like did their job. And it was so fun because it was interactive but scripted, so it was totally different. It was, as you know, but that Big Gay Italian family was one of the most wild, fun, wacky people I've ever met, and they got to bring in such amazing special guests all the time, like yourself. And like I had the best time doing that show.
Well, well, they're gonna watch this now, so shout out to Anthony and Deb and the
Hey
whole
guys.
all of the, I'll be doing the show in Florida. I still do the shows with them because I Atlantic City, because I just want to watch them work. I just want to see them do their thing because they are some of the funniest ridiculousness you'll ever
They're
see.
so funny. I laughed on stage every night. Not professional, don't do that. But
No.
I did.
And I love that they came to see you. You talk about Marty Thomas. You and Marty have quite a career as well, like a Christmas album that we could be streaming also. What is that partnership been like, and what has it been like to do live shows, podcasts, albums like you have done? You two are quite the Johnny and Marie of the Broadway.
That's so funny. We call ourselves the Donnie and Marie of NYC.
See, and I didn't
You
even
killed it.
because it's just you who you are.
Okay, you need 17 more interviews for me to even tell the story. So I'm not a soft or short spoken human, so I'm sorry.
No, please.
But anyway, met Marty in my big gay Italian wedding unknowingly. There wasn't a lot of singing in the show. I played this character called Maria, who might have grown up to be Sue in Water for Elephants. I'm not gonna lie to you. She is a rapping, singing, break dancing person from the Hes and accent. It's not that different. But we didn't know each other. I didn't really know his feat. If you don't know, Marty Thomas beat Britney Spears on Star Search and was in the original cast of Wicked and Secret Garden and Xanadu, and just this super talent. And I wasn't around then yet, so I didn't get to become obsessed with him till after. But we were at karaoke one night and he heard me sing, and I think I did Cher, like, do you believe in love after all? I think that was what it was. And he went, and then he kind of like molded me into his little Frankenstein monster, like Barbie doll. And he started the show called Diva, Marty Thomas Presents Diva, which we did at Industry Bar for like 8 years. And he produced and arranged music and costumed. And we had Broadway and TV guests every week. And we did 3 and 4 part arrangements of songs. And I had to learn how to perform as me, not as a character. And that took like a lot of work. And Marty kind of helped me, which shaped me into the backup singer or the solo singer that I am today when I'm not on stage. But yeah, we spent every waking moment together. We have our award-winning Christmas album that it was award-winning before it even got done, clearly. And it's super fun. We've got Christmas, Hanukkah, everything on there for everyone. We've done a show called Marty and Marissa, which was very Donnie and Marie. We've done Diva. We've done tours. We've done podcasts. We have sleepovers. He cuts my hair. Like, it was probably one of the most important relationships I've ever gotten to be a part of. And now he came to opening night and he got to watch the fruits of his labor come to fruition.
Literally, I talked to Jessica Vosk about it on the red carpet. She was so excited, and she was like, I was there. I'm here for Marissa. I'm here for this cast, but I'm here for Marissa because I'm so proud of her. I'm sure that young theater kid in you like dies about Kristin Chenoweth and Jessica Vosk, and your contemporaries, and they use you and you use them to put on great shows and entertain people. Have you gotten to the point where you even sum it up? What, I mean, how do you look back? Is it just become your regular day-to-day life? Is it still shocking?
Oh, every single day. I say I am like 17 different people. I have a million alter egos, and I, still have like butterflies in my stomach when my cool friends call me. And, Jessica is one of my best friends. Marty's one of my best friends. Kristin has become my sister. Like, it's truly incredible to think that these people take the time and have the respect and love for me that I have for them. And it just really goes to show you, just, if you work hard and take everything very seriously, but also are playful, people really migrate to you. And I just always try to give out kindness so I can receive kindness. And that has served me in so many ways, even more than talent. I always say that if I have the opportunity, I will hire kindness over talent any day, because you can teach talent, can't teach kindness. And I don't know, it's kind of a pinch me moment every single day. So
I wish we all could understand that lesson, that when you walk into a room, the singers are a dime a dozen, but a nice person is going to be memorable forever. That's important. Oh my goodness, I can't wait to see Brett Douglas and the rest of the big gay Italian family. So I can say, look at what you did to Marissa Rosen. You found her and you knew her. She was a superstar. And now look at her on Broadway. And I want everyone, you need to go see Water for Elephants because it's a beautiful, fun. I said to Rick that if you're going to buy a ticket, you need to splurge to get a fancy seat. You need to sit orchestra right. You need to literally watch as they fly over your head. You are literally surrounded by a circus, and you guys are putting on a beautiful, heartfelt story every single. I hope you are. I'm just excited for you, Marissa. This is only the beginning.
Thank you so much. I really hope y'all come. If you do, come say hi. I have a gold Sharpie and I'll sign anything you want. Maybe. But but seriously, if nothing else, just come see this beautiful group of people telling this beautiful story. And I just want to thank everyone because I've gotten enough support to keep me crying for years. And it is never lost on me. And thank you for having me. This is so special. And yeah.
No, we were so honored and grateful for you to spend time with us. Waterforelephants.themusical.com is where you can get your tickets. You could follow Marissa at the Marissa Rosen. Go follow her right now on Instagram. Make sure you tell her you say hi. And then that's it. We'll see you at the stage door with the gold Sharpie because the playbill is got a lot of dark black color. So you need your Marissa Rosen signature pristine.
Yes, please come get the gold Sharpie. It's good.
Get the gold. Congratulations. We can't wait for what's next. And we can't wait for you to have the most beautiful run. Break all the legs and have a blast.
Thank you so much.
How beautiful is that? How sweet is that? Can you imagine what it was like when she called her family and told them that she was coming to Broadway? You know, New York, New Jersey, Long Island, all this area, Connecticut. We there's something about family. And no matter if you're Italian, Irish, Jewish, any ethnicity, any kind of religion, there's just something about family that keeps us together. And what do we do art for? We do art for family and friends. And sometimes we have our own chosen family that we create and we make as artists and we work with them. And that's what Marty Thomas and her have done. That's what the cast of Water for Elephants has done. That's what the cast of My Big Gay Italian Wedding has been together for decades has done. It's all about coming together to create something special, to share art with people and humanity. So that's always great to talk to. Get your tickets. Go see Water for Elephants. Go see a Broadway show today. Support local theater. Support the theater down the street. Support the regional theater, the tours that are on the road. Just go out there and buy a ticket and support artists because they're out there sharing their heart to make their art. My name is Robert Bannon. If you want to follow me, go to Robert M. Bannon on Instagram or go to robertbannon.com. And this show is always somewhere. It's on the Broadway Podcast Network. Go to BroadwayPodcastNetwork.com and see the Roundtable on a daily basis or subscribe to us over on YouTube. We're here every Friday. So honored to be here every Friday here on Broadway World. I'm so grateful. Thank you for you being here. There's more good than there is bad. There's more happiness than there is sad. And the best is always yet to come. Till next time, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Bye.